The road to the 2026 FIFA World Cup is more than just another tournament for Brazil. It is a journey of redemption, pressure, history, and an unfinished dream that has haunted the Seleção for over 2 decades. Because when the most successful nation in World Cup history goes 24 years without lifting the trophy, every match becomes a test of identity, and every tournament feels like destiny calling. And in today's video, we break down Brazil's full potential path in the 2026 World Cup, from the group stage battles to the ultimate dream of lifting the Hexa, Brazil's 6th World Cup title. Analyzing their group, their toughest challenges, their possible opponents, their knockout journey, and the preparation behind this historic mission. Because Brazil have been drawn into Group C, where they will face Morocco, Scotland, and Haiti. A group that may look manageable on paper, but carries hidden dangers and narrative-heavy matchups that could define Brazil's momentum from the very start. As the most difficult group stage clash is undoubtedly Brazil versus Morocco, a matchup that instantly brings back memories of the 2022 World Cup, where Morocco shocked the footballing world by showing absolutely no fear against giants, playing with tactical discipline, compact defense, and ruthless efficiency. And this encounter becomes a fascinating contrast of styles. Morocco's rock-solid defensive structure versus Brazil's fluid dribbling, creativity, and attacking flair. A match that could very well decide who tops Group C, because group champions often enjoy a smoother knockout path. And for Brazil, setting the tone early is crucial, followed by their second group match against Haiti, where the gap in quality on paper is massive. But football history has taught us again and again that World Cups are never played on paper, and upsets happen when favorites become complacent. So the big question surrounding this game is whether Brazil will rotate their squad to preserve energy or go full throttle to secure an early qualification, whether it will turn into a goal fest or an unexpected test of patience, as the eyes of fans and analysts alike will be locked on how Brazil approach this fixture, before moving on to the third group stage challenge. Brazil versus Scotland, a classic clash of European physicality against South American Samba football, where history tells us that Brazil rarely fears the big stage, but Scotland's intensity, pressing, and aerial strength could test Brazil's rhythm, raising the question of whether Scotland can disrupt Brazil's tempo or whether Brazil will dismantle them with technical superiority and attacking movement. And once the group stage ends, the real World Cup begins, as the knockout rounds start with a round of 32, where Brazil are projected to face Japan, a team known for speed, discipline, relentless pressing, and tactical intelligence, making this a battle of tempo and transitions. But when it comes to World Cup knockouts, Brazil carry an aura that few teams can ignore. And the question becomes whether Japan can rewrite history or whether Brazil will once again assert their dominance when elimination is on the line. Because if Brazil survive this hurdle, they move into the round of 16, where potential opponents include Ecuador or Norway, a matchup that represents physical strength versus technical control, a game where mistakes are unforgiving, margins are razor thin, and a single moment of brilliance, or a single lapse in concentration, can decide who advances to the quarterfinals. And speaking of the quarterfinals, this is where Brazil's tournament could truly ignite, because the most anticipated clash at this stage could be Brazil versus England, a heavyweight encounter on one of football's biggest stages, with England emerging from Group L alongside teams like Croatia, Panama, or Ghana. As England arrive, fueled by dreams of ending their own long wait, while Brazil arrive carrying the weight of history and expectation, making this more than just a match. It becomes a battle of narratives, ambition versus legacy, belief versus tradition. And if Brazil manage to overcome England in this monumental quarterfinal, the road only gets tougher, as the semifinals could bring one of the most emotionally charged matchups imaginable. Brazil versus Argentina, or Brazil versus Portugal. On one side, the reigning 2022 champions Argentina, driven by confidence and collective belief. On the other, Portugal, potentially still inspired by Cristiano Ronaldo's legacy and leadership, and whoever stands in Brazil's way at this stage. This is no longer just football. It is emotion, rivalry, pride, and national identity colliding, and Brazil will have to dig deeper than ever before, giving everything they have to reach the ultimate stage. Because only by defeating either Argentina or Portugal can Brazil book their place in the 2026 World Cup final. The final chapter, the moment where history waits to be written, where 90 minutes or more separate a nation from immortality, where Brazil stand one step away from their sixth World Cup crown. The elusive Hexa, a single dream shared by millions, asking one question: will Samba football dance again on the world's biggest stage? And to truly understand why this journey matters so much, we must look back at Brazil's unparalleled World Cup history. As Brazil remained the most successful nation in tournament history, winning the World Cup 5 times in 1958, 1962, 1970, 1994, and 2002, a legacy built on beauty, innovation, and attacking brilliance, a style known globally as Samba football, defined by elegant dribbling, creativity, flair, and fearless attacking play, gifted to the world by legends like Pelé, Garrincha, Zico, Romario, Ronaldo Nazario, Ronaldinho, and Neymar. Players who did not just win matches, but changed how football was played and perceived, and Brazil also hold the unique distinction of being the only nation to participate in every single World Cup tournament, making their contribution to football culture and history truly unmatched. And yet, despite all this greatness, the Hexa, the 6th World Cup title, has remained out of reach since 2002, a drought that has lasted over 24 years, fueling frustration, hunger, and expectation across an entire nation. And as Diego Maradona once famously said, when Brazil don't win the World Cup, it feels like football itself has lost. But now the question looms larger than ever. Will 2026 finally be the year Brazil in the wait? And to answer that, we must examine their preparation and evolution, because this Brazil side enters the tournament under a new leader, Carlo Ancelotti, a coach renowned for calm authority, tactical flexibility, and elite-level experience, arriving with a philosophy that shifts focus away from individual stardom alone toward a cohesive, sustainable team structure, where balance, discipline, and adaptability take center stage, blending the traditional joy of Jogo Bonito with the intensity, speed, and structure of modern European football, as Brazil's new tactical setup emphasizes a stronger midfield block capable of breaking opposition attacks and launching rapid counterattacks, turning defense into offense in seconds. And one of Brazil's greatest strengths heading into this tournament is depth, because beyond the starting 11, the bench is packed with world-class players capable of changing matches instantly.